the hell we doing, Go Bananas? Make a little noise for me, huh? It's a Tuesday night. When else do you get to holler and shout on a Tuesday night? You guys are here for the funniest person in Cincinnati contest. And I know some of you guys are here supporting your friends and family, so make a little bit of noise for them, huh? They're in the back. Just a wall of comedians in the back with all assholes about that tight right there, you know? It's a contest, man. So I'm glad that you guys are here. It's going to be a good time. Just a little explanation of what's going on. When y'all came in here, you got a ballot, okay? So we've got one bracket, we've got the other bracket down here. This top bracket, the amateur bracket, you have to vote for 3 people. You can't vote for the same person 3 times. You can't vote for 2 people or 4 people. You got to vote for 3 different people for your ballot to count. And down here in the semi-pro, you vote for 2. That's what we got. 3 up top, 2 down low. And I understand that you probably want to immediately vote for somebody that you like right when they get off stage. And you can do that, but at the end of the show, when your final comic gets up here, and when they're done, I'll bring all the comedians back up here on stage. And I'll say their name, and they'll step up here like this, and we'll all clap for them and make them feel good, right? And then we'll vote. Someone will come around, get your vote, and then I'll have to come up here and shuck and jive while they count the tallies and try to make you laugh after a long-ass show and you're fucking done with it. So you'll be seeing a lot of me tonight and a lot of funny comics. It's not just Cincinnati. We got people in from all over the area. And I can tell you guys are going to be a good crowd because I was observing you before the show started. I was hiding over there behind the curtain like a little fucking creep, just peeking in on you guys, you know? It's because I want to know who I'm working with, dude, because sometimes you'll be observing the audience before the show starts, and it's like they're mean to each other. You guys were like having a good time, you were laughing. I think some people here are definitely high, you know? I saw a couple high fives. Yeah, for some reason I looked at you and thought of that line. I was like, there you go, hell yeah, bro. Because sometimes it's bad, you know? You guys were fun. You guys were having a good time. The music stopped and no one even noticed. It wasn't awkward, you know? Because sometimes I'll be in the back of the room observing it and I'm like, oh shit, this is 50 bad Tinder dates and a family who hates each other, you know? So they don't even like each other. They're not gonna like my dumb ass, you know? It's fun. Anybody Uber here tonight? All right, drinking and driving. Fuck yeah, dude. That is fun. That is fun. A wild Tuesday night crowd, man. A wild Tuesday night crowd. Excellent. Oh, man. Let's see. Maybe I'll try this one at the end. I don't know if this is the one to open with right now. And you know what? I'm not even going to end on a laugh because I've got to keep coming up here all night and I'll be here. So we just need to get this show on the road. And you guys seem to be giving me some good energy. Can we just get like a big hoot and holler just to like see what the ceiling is right now, huh? How we feel? Oh, shit! Oh, that's loud. Oh, fuck. That's good. You guys just made it move a little bit when you did that. That was crazy what just happened right there. Okay, you guys are a good audience, all right? We've got a killer little lineup for you guys, so lock it in. Make a little noise for our wait staff. What do you say, huh? Running around here. We got Big Lloyd at the door. We got Patrick and Riley running your drinks. So show them some love and lock it in. Please no heckling the comedians, all that shit. You guys know the drill. Enjoy the show and make some noise and show some love. It's your first comedian of the evening. It's David Stewart.
Go Bananas! Give it up for yourselves for coming out on a Tuesday. Hell yeah. Oh, man. I can tell it's going to be a good night, guys. I can tell because none of my bad omens happened today. I'm not typically a superstitious person, but I do believe in bad omens. One of my more quirky bad omens is when the Chipotle person completely ignores the hole in the tortilla. My day is absolutely going to be fucked after that. There's no telling me otherwise. Not at all. Another weird bad omen of mine is like when they cancel Boy Scouts in the afternoon. Yeah, the last time that happened, it was 2001. I was in the 2nd grade. things got horrific after that for about 22 years. All right, the ceiling was high. A 9/11 joke, maybe a little weird at the up top. I get that. Oh, man. All right, something else I'd like to start with up top is a little fun fact about myself. I have lost 140 pounds over the last 5 years. Thank you. God, I've been running that bit for a while because I need the mileage. It's very well might be the only thing I ever do in my life. So I need the claps. I'm excited about that. Something weird that I learned, though, after losing all that weight is that morbid and obese are not mutually exclusive. Like, you can lose the obese part, but you can still have thoughts like, I think someone should make the Take-A-Wish Foundation. It's where you find out what their wish was, and you just go do it without them. You're like, oh man, John Cena was super cool, man. Good choice. Hell yeah. He ruffled my hair. You don't even have hair. Oh, I heard a gasp over here. Oh man, I warned you. It was morbid. Oh man. Something else that I learned though is that there are like side effects to losing that amount of weight. Good and bad. Good side effect, have a neck now. Great side effect. Bad side effect, neck does this now. I'll let everyone see. Like showing a picture book. Neck does this now. Yeah, a little bit of loose skin. Someone recently told me, David, on the bright side, you don't even need a collar anymore. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, if things ever get awkward in the room, you can be like, yeesh. I would never do that outside of this context to like an unsuspecting human being. Not once would I do that to them. It's just mean. I've been bummed a little bit recently because I found out that I've let all of my childhood hero bands down growing up. For example, my favorite band growing up was Rage Against the Machine. And it's called Rage Against the Machine, not gleefully join the machine at the age of 30 because you wanted dental insurance. Yeah, you need it. They have an entire song where the ethos of it is, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. You know, if you tell me you're proud of me, I'll probably just do it, you know? Like, I'm just going to do what you tell me, for sure. Oh, man. Speaking of doing what you tell me, I was recently filling out one of those kink worksheets. Has anyone heard of those? It's, you can find them online. It's where you find out your deepest, darkest desires, just how much into feet you really are into. Like, you can do all that. I was a little bummed because I found out you had to write in whimsy as a kink. Like, it just wasn't on the sheet. I thought it was going to be on the sheet. Like, I don't know. I just like to keep things light. I like to be in the middle of it and be like, oh, got your nipple. Like, it's just keep it light, you know? She takes off her top and you're like, gosh. Like, you just got to, you know, you go like, you know, keep going like, come on, girl, this is great. Like, you just hit him with one more, man. It's fun. We like to keep it light here, guys. Oh, man. All right, guys, give it up for yourselves one more time. My name's David Stewart. I'm going to hop off the stage. Lee, come back up.
David Stewart, let him hear it, baby. And keep it rolling for your next comic. Make some noise for Amanda Adams.
Hell yeah. How we doing, you guys? What's going on? Yeah. I'm good. I just found out that my cousin is trying to become a WWE wrestler. I heard that shit and I was like, that's awesome. I'm not the most embarrassing cousin in the family anymore, you know? I get it though. Like, he's got dreams. Like, I mostly started doing stand-up because I hate working. And this is the best scam I could come up with to get out of it in like 15 years, truly. I do hate it. Like, it gets to a point where by 10 a.m. every day, I'm like, if one more person in here asks me to do my job, I'm gonna fucking pop off. When I say pop off, what I mean by that is just quietly continue doing what's asked of me as I slowly die inside. Like, look at me, I'm not doing anything. I need that job too. But good thing for me, I don't talk like my dad because I would get fired immediately if I did. Because he loves saying offensive things, but he thinks it's good advice. Like, one time when I was single for a while, he said to me, well, don't worry, Amanda. For every Pocahontas, there's a John Smith out there. Like, okay, Michael Scott, that is not the inspirational quote you think that is. Never say that again to anyone, you know? Like, if we're keeping it Disney, why not just say, for every lady, there's a tramp? Like, it's more realistic to what's out there. And I can for sure get a dude to eat spaghetti with me in an alleyway, like, not to brag. Yeah, I did find myself a good tramp. Neither of us want to have kids. Sometimes people hear that and they're like, oh, that's too bad. Like, too bad for who? Certainly not those kids. Like, I'm day drunk a lot. Like, I wouldn't be a good mother, you know? Like, I didn't do a sober January. I'm not doing a sober 9 months anytime soon. Sounds a lot like rehab. But anyways, no, it's bummed some guys out that I've dated in the past when they hear I don't want to have kids. Like, this one guy was like, oh no, but I can't let my bloodline die out. I'm like, this isn't Game of Thrones, dude. Like, you are from Arizona, not Westeros. Like, take it down a notch, my guy. He was really weird, though. Like, I got vibes that he was kind of like a doomsday prepper. Like, maybe he wanted to be ready to, like, repopulate the earth if there was an apocalypse. I don't know. If you ever meet anyone like that, don't date them. But anyways, I can't get down with that either because I have, like, 0 apocalypse skills. Like, I got the upper body strength of SpongeBob SquarePants. I got rosacea. If you don't know what that is, it just means that I'm so white that it's a medical condition. Like, I gotta wear SPF 85 just to be in Ohio. Like, I can't be out here running around when the grid goes down, you know? Plus, I feel like if there was an apocalypse, we'd run out of cigarettes really fast, and I don't want to be around for that. Like, that's stressful times, you know? It's when you need them the most. Anyone else in here smoke? Smokers? Yeah. Fellow, only a couple other pieces of trash in here. That's cool. But I was smoking after a show, and this guy came up to me, and he was like, man, I don't remember the last time I've seen a woman smoking a real cigarette and drinking a PBR. Like, I don't remember the last time I've been hit on and called white trash in the same sentence. But thanks, dude. Like, why not just come up to me like, damn, girl, you look unhealthy. Like, get weird if you're gonna say something, you know? I don't know. I feel guilty about smoking sometimes, you know. Like, I grew up Catholic. That's probably why. Any other Catholics in here? Former, yeah, there's a lot of them. Wow. Yeah, I always hated it though. Like, if you've never been to a Catholic mass, it's just a bunch of dads singing hymns off key for 3 hours. Horrible place. And it's like, you guys come here every week and you don't get better. I don't understand. But eventually my mom was like, okay, just get confirmed and then you can quit. I'm like, that's the opposite of how that's supposed to work, but I'll take that deal, you know? So I had to go all these classes, and they'd say things to me like, oh, like they talk about abstinence. They'd be like, oh, when you get married, make sure you leave room for God in your marriage. I was like, what does that mean? Is it just gonna be my future husband and God Eiffel Towering me all the time? Which sounds dope, but awkward for the husband who has to like compete with God dick, you know? Maybe that's how Joseph felt with Mary, because he was the original cuck, is all I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much. Let's bring your host back up here.
Amanda Adams, hell yeah, Amanda Adams, down from Columbus. Alrighty, making his way to the stage next, make some noise for Michael Deskin.
Go Bananas, how you guys doing? Hey, give it up for your wait staff. They're working hard for you tonight, getting you drunk. That's a tough job. I know, I used to do it. I remember the worst thing that ever happened to me when I was waiting tables was this guy almost choked to death at the restaurant I was working at. It was horrible. It was terrible. If that guy would have died, I probably could have got off early. People were freaking out. What do we do? What do we do? I'm like, how about we cut him up some bigger bites? Tickle his feet, something. I've got pressing engagements. Does anybody know the Heimlich? No? Then I'm going to go ahead and book these Fandango tickets for the matinee. Going to see Barbenheimer. All right. We used to have regulars at the bar I worked at. You would call them drunks, but that is not how the tip game is played. So they're regulars. If you don't know what a regular is a person that's way too excited to be at your dead-end job. They'll show up probably wearing the same dumbass sexist shirt that you were forced to wear. It'll say something like, "Cluckers, this place sucks dip." Have a picture of a rooster with a spin dip in his lap. Get it? Sucks dip. How'd you get the shirt, buddy? I want it. All I had to do was eat 50 wings slathered in low-grade plutonium. Sign this legal release. Sure, for the next week I bled out of my ears, eyes, and anus, but on the first Tuesday of every month, I get a free curly fry. I'm like a hero to my son. Come on, son, watch daddy be a hero like Sully. I love you, Paul. That joke does not get the fucking respect it deserves. Listen. Sully Sullenberger. Do you guys not remember the fucking hero of the Potomac, all right? He landed a jet airliner filled with people in the river. Everybody lived. They made a movie about him. Fucking Tom Hanks is in it. Guess what it's called? Hero! Not all heroes fight Thanos, people. That's all I'm saying. Not all the heroes fight Thanos. Fuckers. All right, anyway. The worst thing about waiting tables was the keep the change prick. You guys know who I'm talking about? It's like the bill's like $19.50. He gives you $20. Keep the change. It's like, gee, thanks, money bags. I guess now I can afford a condom to go fuck myself. What are you supposed to say to that? 50 cents? Sweet. Finally, I can afford bullets. Y'all come on back now, you hear? So I got fired from that job. Politics, you know. Where my married people at? Put your hands up. Yeah, waitress, these people need drinks. I don't know where your kids are at, but they're not here. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah. I'm glad I'm happily married. I am, because it's hard to be single, man. Women want Superman. They all want Superman. They put that shit on their Facebook. I'm just waiting for my Superman to come and save the day. It's like, of course you want Superman. He's tall, dark, and handsome, leading a double life, constantly trying to fuck one of his coworkers, and wants to sequester you to his fortress of solitude. Yeah, that sounds like every douchebag my sister has ever dated, all right? You know what's funny is for a woman, the only part of that equation that doesn't add up is that the Fortress of Solitude is in the Arctic, and it's cold there. If the Fortress of Solitude was in the Bahamas, it wouldn't even be called the Fortress of Solitude. It'd be called the Fortress of Pulverized Vaginas. Daddy, is that a jellyfish? No, son, that's what we call a worn-out clam. They're indigenous to this part of Nassau. Hey, you guys have a great night. I'm Mike.
Mike Deskins, hell yeah. Where is he getting condoms for 50 cents, am I right? Okay, let's keep it rolling along, man. This has been great. Make some noise. Show some love for your next comedian, Jackie Rabe.
I don't think Michael's ever seen a fucking pussy in his life. Hey guys, my name's Jackie. I am a 29-year-old bipolar bisexual Queen City native. I grew up on the east side. Anybody here grew up on the east side? Yeah, what part? Amelia. I grew up in Owensville. So bumfuck Egypt. We had a Bring Your Tractor to School Day, an FFA week, Claremont County Fair. Pretty embarrassing. But I moved to the west side a few years ago. Why did I move? Dick. That double dick got me. And the east side and the west side, super different. On the east side, you know, it's farmland, quiet, with the exception of like an occasional cow tipping. It smells like beer manure, chickens running wild everywhere. And then on the west side, it's city, loud. Smells like, the streets smell like piss and Black and Milds. And there are chicken wing bones fucking everywhere. On the east side, all you really have to look out for is like deer running out in front of your car. On the west side, you have to keep an eye out for overly confident men at gas stations. Dude, they'll just come up to you like foaming at the mouth. In their bedazzled pants and yellow Crocs. Looking like they just chewed some buttons off a remote. Hey baby, you got a man? Usually I just give them my ex's number. But I decided to spice it up a little bit. You know, go a little bit bananas. So now when they ask me if I got a man, I'm just like, I am a man. Sometimes it works, sometimes I get mad. One time, a guy got mad at me, and he was like, ain't no one want you in your cheap-ass outfit, bitch. I was like, you did. Didn't know I was supposed to wear my Sunday best to Speedway, bitch. Then he cussed me out and sped off into the night. Yeah, I really fumbled that bedazzled bitch boy bag, didn't I? That's okay though. I'm not like super set on meeting my person at a gas station. I'm not in a rush, no rush. I'm convinced that my soulmate will find me in my living room eating rotisserie chicken with my bare hands when the time's right. No rush. Also, my ex told me that I was perfect. You laughed, I heard you. What's so funny? Just kidding. He didn't say that. He said I was perfect, except for when I'd fart into the fan. That's why he's my ex. Because I'm perfect and he's not. No, I'm just kidding. He was a brave dude. It takes a brave dude to date me. Dating me is like 50 Shades of Jackie with no safe word. Maybe I'll treat you like gold. Maybe I'll ride your face and then claim psychosis and drop you like Woody in Toy Story. Who knows? Not even me. It's like my mood is always on shuffle. But there are only two artists, DJ Depression and MC Mania. They're always fighting over the aux cord. Little do they know, though, it's in the body of a 94 Chevy Corsica, so it doesn't matter who wins, still not going to function properly. All right, guys, that's been my time. My name is Jackie. I'm going to go find a fan. Give it up for Lee.
Jackie Rave, everybody. Jackie Rave. All right, halfway through that first bracket, show some love, make a little bit of noise for Stephen Bear. Stephen.
All right, guys, give it up for all the comedians you've seen tonight. All right. All right, let's just get this out of the way. Someone told me that I look like I spent all my trust fund money on NFTs, which is rude. Okay, I have one NFT, okay? No form of transportation. I got my car stolen. I don't know if anyone here has gotten their car stolen. Well, you know then that it will really challenge your political ideology. Like before I got my car stolen, I was a pretty progressive guy. Like only thing I wanted in this world was social justice. Now the only thing I want is criminal justice. Okay, I'm pissed. I am pissed. I was at the Black Lives Matter rally. You were there, you know. We were there. Dude, I was screaming, fuck 12. Now I'm like, fuck 12, please help me find my car. God damn. I was like, defund the police. Now it's been like 4 months, they haven't found shit. I'm like, someone's gotta fund those guys, god damn. Fucking sucks, dude. It's tough, man. It's tough, man, but I'm trying to get it together. I'm actually 6 months sober. Thank you. Yeah, 6 months sober from intimacy with women. So it's been a while. I've been lonely. I've been drinking a lot. I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier to pick up beer than it is to pick up women. Because it's not like Coors Light is telling Miller Lite that I got a small penis, okay? Nah, dude, Miller Lite's like, give me $3. You can do whatever you want to me. Use me as a spitter once you're done. I don't care. I'm like, God damn, Miller Lite, have some respect for yourself. You're a beautiful woman. As you guys can probably tell, I'm an intellectual powerhouse. Don't laugh. I was actually editor-in-chief of my high school newspaper. Well, a homeschool newspaper, but still. The local news needs to be reported, okay? This just in, Dad's a dick. Fucking asshole. My parents, they have reserve support for me doing stand-up comedy. I'm sure they'd prefer I'd be like a state senator or something. But really, I think they're just happy I'm not rapping anymore. Yeah, dude, conservative parents with rapper sons, it's like liberal parents with unwanted pregnancies. It's just like, we gotta get rid of this thing. I remember when I told my dad that I wanted to do stand-up comedy. He's hilarious. He was like, don't you need to be funny to do stand-up? Don't you need to be supportive to be a father? I guess they're letting anyone do it, okay? It's crazy, man. I don't know. I like early 2000s, like skate culture, you know? And it really reminds me a lot of my father, you know? Because he is a radical extremist. Our relationship is gnarly. He doesn't think skater girls should be able to bail on their pregnancies. He doesn't think skater boys should be able to grind on each other's half pipes. It's terrible. But this was fun. Guys. I've been Stephen Bear. Give it up for Leon Campbell and all the comedians you've seen.
Stephen Bear, let him hear it. Old Stevie Beans. All right. Keeping it chugging right along, baby. You guys are a great crowd. Let's keep having some fun. Make some noise for Cody Ross. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Now, before I get started tonight, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out to support your friends, your family, and your local comedians. I invited my girlfriend out tonight to watch, but unfortunately they wouldn't let her in because Go Bananas has a very strict no dogs allowed policy. Yeah, my girlfriend is a bitch. I'm just kidding, guys. Obviously, I don't have a girlfriend. My hairline. But no, I did up until 2 months ago, you know. But that ended because she died. She got murdered, actually. So it's been really hard because I've just been, you know, telling myself over and over again, Cody, it's not your fault, you know. It's not your fault she didn't have dinner ready on time. We went through a lot together, you know, a lot. Like back in 2020 during the pandemic, when everybody was getting sick, she had a late-term miscarriage. And that was really hard. She didn't catch COVID. That's not how we lost the baby. Quarantine was just the perfect opportunity to push her down the stairs. Guys, it gets worse. Like, I really need to pucker those bubbles just a little bit. But yeah. But I wasn't ready to be a father. I'm still not ready to be a father. I don't live the lifestyle to be a dad. That's why I have cats. Because I know that if I want to go out and disappear for a week, when I come back, as long as I leave enough food and enough water out, those cats are going to be fine. And I can't do that with a baby. Not after last time. But I don't believe in wasting time. So I'm dating again. And it's been really challenging. You know, it's not easy dating these days. And I don't really have that high of standards, to be quite real with you. I have 2 requirements. 1, you gotta be mildly attractive. And 2, you just have to be alive. That's all I ask. And to be quite honest with you guys, I'll waver on that second one. As long as the body's warm, you know. Another challenge for me is I'm 26 now. Nobody warned me that as I got older, I'd have a harder time determining age of people around me. You know, I don't know anymore if someone's 50, 40, 30, 20, or 10. And I really fucking don't. And it makes it even harder to date because a lot of these 13, 14-year-olds look like they're 25 now. I guess the moral of the story is I think Epstein was onto something. Oh, man. If you guys can't tell by now, I have no reservations. I'll joke about anything. The only thing that I won't joke about is racism. Because to me, racism is one of the worst things in the world. One of the worst. I hate it. The only thing worse than racism are Jews. Guys, I'm not even anti-Semitic. I'm just a big Kanye West fan. I have a Jewish friend. He came up to me the other day when I told him I was doing comedy. He said, "Cody, tell me a joke." I said, "All right, man. Why don't Jewish men like to do anal?" He looked at me, glared at me. He said, "Because Jewish men don't have good luck entering gas chambers." He said, "Cody, that's not cool, man. That's not cool at all. Do you realize all the pain and suffering that my people have gone through in the past 2,000 years?" I said, "Absolutely. That's what makes it so fucking funny." That's why it's hard to make jokes about white people. I'll listen to them all day. I love white jokes. But we haven't, as a collective, really gone through much shit at all. The worst thing that's happened to us in 2,000 years is we can't share our Netflix accounts anymore. That and we don't know how to build submarines. Oh, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I've got a weird sense of humor if you can't tell. I love dark jokes, but I hate dirty jokes. Fucking hate dirty jokes. I can respect the art, but they're not for me. Unless those dirty jokes are also very dark. Let me give you an example. If you come up here talking about having sex with some woman last night, I'm not going to find it funny at all. Unless it was rape.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your host, Mr. D. General.
Cody Ross, damn, got hit at the last second, huh? All right, fuck yeah, let's keep this show moving right along. Coming in from the back, make some noise for Caleb Nash.
Yo, Bananas, how we doing? Yeah, good to fucking be here, man. I'm just gonna come right out. I'm gonna get it started, all right? I think it's about time that we start letting people who like anime into the LGBT community, right? It's like, how many times do I have to put a character on a pillow and have sex with it before I get recognition? You know what I mean? Just saying, guys. I don't get it. I get told I don't look like the kind of guy that watches anime, and I think what people mean when they say that is, "Oh, I had no idea you were such a giant pussy," you know? I guess I don't really have the look. No, there's a lot of parallels between telling somebody that you're into anime and coming out of the closet. Like, sometimes you'll tell somebody you're into anime and they'll be like, "Cool, dude, who cares," you know? We all knew. But sometimes you'll be like, yeah, I'm into anime, and they'll be like, yikes, have you tried The Lord? Or prayer, maybe? I think they have camps for that now. I told my grandpa I was into anime one time, and he was like, anime? What's that? Is that where you like jerk off to cartoons or something? I was like, Grandpa, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's actually exactly what it is. Crazy. Like when he said that in my head, I was like, oh, he also watches anime, you know? That must explain why Grandma's 2D and printed on a pillow. That makes so much sense. I understand everything now. Yeah, I get it if you're not into anime. You know, it's not for everybody. It's a little weird. There's a dark side and a weird side to it. But I think it's important to remember that Japan wasn't doing any of this weird shit before we dropped bombs on them, you guys, all right? I'm just saying, like, you guys want to know what the long-term effects of radiation are? Tentacle porn, that's what the long-term effects of radiation are, all right? And if you don't know what tentacle porn is, congratulations on not being a monster. No, basically tentacle porn, a bunch of people got mutated and they were like, all right, well, I guess we're gonna have to start jacking off to squids now because this is what my wife looks like, you know? All right, maybe I shouldn't have included that one. It's a little dark, I will admit it. Other people laughed at it, but you guys seem like an upstanding crowd, I will admit that. I typically hang out in dark, dainty bars with people who are degenerates, sorry. I bought this hoodie online recently. It said, "You are enough" on the front. And I was like, oh, that's just a good message, you know? But then when it came on the back, it said, "Of a pussy that you buy this gay-ass hoodie." And I was like, God damn it. And then on the tag, it said, "You probably watch anime, don't you?" I was like, fuck. How are they doing this? I don't get it, man. I get asked about my ethnicity a lot, and I'm a mix of a bunch of things, but most of it is black and Italian. And I told one of my black friends this one time, and he was like, "How black are you, though, really?" And I was like, well, I'm not black enough to say it, if that's what you're wondering. You know? I'm also not Italian enough to say it either, you know? For the record, I don't think anybody should be that Italian anymore, right? It's about time we get those guys locked up. I don't know. No, I do say some Italian slurs though, and I think like this one's on the table for everybody. Everybody could say Guido, right? Guido's fine. I think Guido's fine because it doesn't really sound racist. It just sounds like one of Mario's other brothers, you know? Like Guido sounds like if Mario had a brother who had an ankle monitor and a gambling problem, you know? Like Guido would have been in Mario Kart, but he had to pay his bookie, you know, and he sold his Mario Kart, so, yeah. I'll leave you guys on this one. You guys have been a lot of fun so far. Make some noise for yourselves. I was raised by a single mother. Anybody else out there? Yeah, raised by a single mother. I know a little bit about my dad, but I don't know much. But I do know that my dad's name is Richard. But he preferred dick. Which is why I was raised by a single mother, folks. All right, that's been my time. Let's get your host back up here. Lee fucking Kimbrell.
Caleb Nash. Okay, ball. All right, couple more in this first bracket. Let's make some noise. Lock it in for Cece Laird.
Bananas. Yes, I am feeling that same way too. Hey, I got a question for you. Do you guys remember the Girls Gone Wild? Give me a woo if you remember the girls. Woo! I can feel it all through my body. I was thinking about them girls the other day. What do you think they're up to? Do you think they're still wild? I think they probably are. You know, they're probably in their 50s now. Do you think they're at their like annual OBGYN appointment, flashing the doctor like, woo! Right? No, we know where those girls are, right? They're dead right now. I'm just playing. I like to think that the girls are all in group therapy somewhere, you know, just healing, you know? And what do you think that Girls Gone Wild therapy group looks like, you know? Is it something like, hi, my name is Sarah. I haven't gone wild in 13 years, 8 months, 5 days, and 2 hours. I used to be Girls Gone Wild. Now I'm a Girls Gone Mild. I also like to think that occasionally the Girls Gone Wild therapy group takes a little field trip to AA and they all get to visit their dads. I think that's great. Girls Gone Wild used to travel the country, you know. You know, you should have followed them. Dads Gone Sober. Yeah. You know, just dads in recovery chasing wild sluts around Cancun. Just, Melissa, put your tits away. Your mother misses you. Come home. This kid's real dark. Where are my sluts at tonight? That's all right, I'm the only representative, that's okay. Everyone else is off duty, that's all right. I love sluts, I gotta tell you, I really do. You know why? Because sluts run the frickin' world. I'm sorry, it's true. I mean, think about it. What would happen with porn without sluts, right? Who's gonna make our porn? You know, there are important jobs out there that sluts fulfill. Like, who would sleep with the senator when his wife's out of town? I like to think of us more as social workers than sluts, you know what I mean? And you need us out there in those mean streets slutting it up. Because if it weren't for us out there, guess who it would be? Yeah, that's right, your mom. Your sister. Your daughter. So thank you, sluts. I like to be a little wild, as you can see. I like to dress a little wildly, got my hair, got my tattoos going. I like to think I'm emulating those like wild jungle frogs, you know? I'm dressing wildly to ward off predators. Plus I'm extremely toxic, so it fits. Hard left turn, guys, my dad. All right. My dad got a new hobby recently. It's shaving. Yeah, like shaving with like fancy lathers and razors and whatever. And he wants a shave buddy so he can like do like guy things with, you know? I tried doing guy things with my dad, but I am just not into getting my prostate checked, so. Didn't like it so much. No, So he starts giving my fiance all of these things, these lathers and razors and what have you. And it's gotten so bad now that my fiance had to come to me and be like, Cece, I think your dad is grooming me. It's a pedophilia joke. I'm gonna leave you on this one. Who's been to an escape room? I went to one recently that was nuts, okay? It starts out with like a locked door, right? And then in this one, there's padded walls. And like mandated medication 3 times a day, what? Took me 72 hours to get out of that one, guys. That's okay, I got him. You can always get them on Yelp. I said, 1 star, would have given 0 stars, but the staff really committed me. Thank you guys, let's bring Lee back on up here.
CC Laird, hell yeah. All right, make some noise, keep it rolling. Almost done with this first bracket. In from out of town, it's Chris Klein.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I just want you to know I am wearing my undercover slut outfit tonight. Somebody's got to do it. I'm 49 years old and I have 2 kids, and the older that I get, the more I realize the stupid shit my parents said that we believed as a kid. And some of you understand where I'm coming from. Like, in my house, we could not take a shower during a thunderstorm because we would possibly get electrocuted. Now, my son is now 18 and daughter is 22, and I've tested that theory 4 times and everything's fine. So if you're worried about that, move on. Now, I'm gonna ask these questions in this the responses is going to show you just how, like, bullshit this all was. After you got done eating, how long did you have to wait before you went swimming? Everybody answer it right now. 1, 2, 3, give me the time.
30 minutes.
I don't know if you guys heard, but I heard like 30 minutes, I heard 45, I heard an hour, and I think over here it was 3 days. So it's, you know, it is kind of funny what they say and what you like tell your kids when they get older. And my grandmother kind of like pulled me off to the side one day and she said, "Chris, if you don't stop masturbating, you're gonna go blind." Fucking grandma, man. I'm a big sports guy, but I of course like the actual event. But one of the things I absolutely love are the interviews afterwards, or even Jean St. Pierre, or whatever the hell her name is, as the White House press secretary. I just love watching people's reactions when they don't really know the questions that are coming. And it dawned on me one of these days, what if we have to have an interview in our everyday life, but only after certain events? Sir, like sex. You get done having the sex and you think you're going out to the kitchen to make a sandwich and you open the door and all of a sudden it's full of strobe lights. There's a desk there's a microphone on the stand. Room's like yelling and screaming and you just like have to walk up to the mic because you can't get to the kitchen until you do this. And so, first of all, I want to thank God for this opportunity. Without him and Peaches, none of this would have been possible. I'll go ahead and open it up to questions. In the back. Chris, can you tell us what went wrong tonight? It definitely wasn't my best performance. I mean, it wasn't my worst either. You remember that one, sir. You were there. You know, she just kept me uncomfortable, off balance all night. Obviously, stamina was an issue. I don't know. I'm better than that. So, and then there's always some dick in the back that like asks you like these other, like, Chris, my name's Johnny Sins from Penthouse Forums. Did not having home field advantage lead to tonight's poor performance? And then where do we go from here? That memory foam was way too firm. I mean, it got me too much traction, really, if I think about it. I'm more of like the plush guy where you can like bounce and go, bounce and go. And that threw me off a little bit, I think. I've had sex with music, sir, but not a live album. And if you do that, you listen to people, you'd be like, dun, 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 and they're like, woo! And I wasn't ready for that either. So, I mean, I'm gonna go home, break down the film, put myself in some individual conditioning situations, and Johnny, you know, he was a great friend of mine and role model and mentor, and sometimes, you know, I pick up the phone and I'm like, oh, did you see that one? He's like, yeah, sometimes your balls are gonna do what your balls are gonna do. Guys, my name is Chris Klein, thank you very much.
Chris Klein. Chris Klein. All right, which brings us to our final competitor of this first bracket. Make some noise, it's Cal Jansen!
Thank you, hello. Back-to-back masturbators here. We got the, For those of you who don't speak fluent hairline, I am a fairly recent father. It was an accident. Not in the way you think. It's just I had some extra money and I tried ordering a $10,000 filing cabinet from Wayfair.com and that's what they sent me. I'm not the kind of guy, I don't like to do a lot of like kids jokes. It's not the kind of guy I am, but it's really all I do now. So unless you want to hear about the achievements I've unlocked on PlayStation recently, we're going to do some kid jokes. People say it's hard to play video games when you have kids. I don't understand that. The guy naps for hours a day, and during those naps, I can do anything I want besides leave or get weird shit on my hands. And everything I do requires me to leave or get weird shit on my hands, so I play video games. You can't have it to where the kid wakes up from a nap and you run in and let me get you. You know what I mean? You can't pick them up like that. So I don't know. People will tell you all the time. They go, when the kid naps, that's when you should nap. That's when you should clean. That's when you should shower. Whoops. Tell you what, I'll compromise. I'll shower my hands. Because it turns out I got weird shit on them after all. I don't know. When having a kid, people will say it's scary to have a kid, and that's true. It scares you in a lot of ways. I actually recently got scared by my child. I don't know if you guys have seen those this thing where people will feed their baby a lemon slice and he makes a funny face. They put it on the internet, right? I wanted to do a similar thing, but I'm a shithead, so I was like, I'll let him smell a glass of whiskey, you know? But instead of making a funny face, he just saw a cup and he goes, ah. And I was like, oh shit, that's a problem. Like, he's got no living grandpas, but they were both there that day. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, shit, what am I going to do, though? You know, it's scary, because it's like, how is he going to do 12 steps when he can't even walk? Like, that's what I'm dealing with there. And you try to talk to friends about it. I'm like, no, he's very advanced. They're like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, he's already 3 months sober. Usually people do that in their 30s. He's not even 2. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to... And that's the weird part when I say a guy like me, it's weird for me to do kid jokes because then I want to move on to the next thing, and it's like, what do I got to transition sometimes. Like, we got any pube shavers in the audience? Yeah. That's right. It's not just for the ladies anymore. I had a guy tell me recently, he's like, you got to shave your pubes, dude. You got to do it. It'll make it look bigger. I'm like, that's exactly what I'm going to do, is turn my dick into an optical illusion. I'm like, hey, cross your eyes, it'll pop out at you. If you flip it upside down, it looks like an old lady. And if you lay it side by side with another one and the other one looks bigger, it's not. I swear to God, they're the same size. I'm just lying to you guys. I feel bad. I don't want to lie to you. I can't shave my pubes. I'm too hairy everywhere else. It looks weird, you know what I mean? It's like, it looks like somebody was strip mining my cock for coal. Like, load it up with dynamite and get one of those plunger things. If I can, it's just one. I don't know. I like to go to water parks because it's the cheapest way to get someone else's piss on your face. That'll be my time, everybody. Thank you. I've been Cal Jansen.
Cal Jansen. That's the end of the first bracket. Make some noise for all of them, huh? Make some noise for all of them. All right, we're right on time, baby. We are rolling. Let's move right on into the next round. Make some noise for Alex Leeds.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, my name's Alex. I'm 34 years old. When I was in my 20s, I was a little out of control. Like, I was drinking every night. I was having lots of unprotected sex. I was constantly going on and on about how Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction. You guys would not have liked me. I went to get my hair cut the other night at Great Clips, and the lady really fucked it up. And yeah, of course, her body cam was turned off, so she wasn't held responsible. I went on a date the other night, and I brought the girl back to my place, made her dinner, and it was nothing fancy, just tomato soup and grilled cheese. But she was like, "Oh my God, Alex, this is the best grilled cheese I've ever had in my life. What's your secret?" And I was like, "Well, I don't take the plastic off the Kraft single." Just like my grandma used to make after her dementia got really bad. No, my grandma, for Christmas last year, she got me a Kindle tablet, which is not what I asked for at all. I asked for a Kindle. Yeah, Barbies. And you know what they say about a grown man who plays with Barbie dolls, right? Big dick. That's the old saying. At the start of COVID, there was that massive toilet paper shortage, and I couldn't find any for a couple weeks, so instead I just had my colon removed. That's right, desperate times call for desperate measures. No, I had my colon removed due to ulcerative colitis, which is just a nicer way of saying that I was bleeding out of my butt. Yeah, the doctors told me I lost 40% of all of my blood, which is a total me thing to do. I'm always losing everything, my car keys, 40% of my... I'm a mess. I had to get a total of 13 blood transfusions. A baker's dozen. I had a colostomy bag for a little bit, and that used to be one of my biggest fears in life, having a colostomy bag. My other fear is intimacy. Yeah, my two biggest fears in life are wearing my heart on my sleeve and my poop on my waist. I never had any body image issues until I had a colostomy bag. So, for example, whenever I would go swimming, I just wouldn't wear it. One time I get back, some guy came up to me. He was like, "Hey, man, your guts are hanging out." And I was like, "Oh, shark!" There's a shark. Also, somebody pooped in the pool too. They sell colostomy bag covers, and I bought one on Etsy that said, "My other bag is a Gucci." Yeah. I felt pretty cool, you know. I had a total of 3 surgeries throughout this process, and the thing that kept me going is I had a huge crush on my surgeon's assistant, and I just like seeing her again. You know. Like most people use Tinder as their hookup app. Not me, I'm on my chart. That's where it's okay to send a dick pic because something might be seriously wrong. All right, I've been Alex Leeds. Thank you guys so very much.
Alex Leeds. And coming up, another Cincy boy. Make some noise for Billy DeVore. Billy.
And Alex, we have something in common. We both own Ken dolls, so that's fun. Great. I gotta lose some weight. I know I have to because strangers are telling me to. That's where we're at. I was traveling doing comedy, and I went to a bar after a show, and I thought I'd made a new friend, and we were hobnobbing, having a great conversation, and then she looked at me and said, "So when you travel, how do you pack your CPAP machine?" I did not mention that I have a CPAP machine. She just looked at me and assumed. It's like, you're fat, and you sweat when you have to take a 1.5 foot step up. When you go to sleep, do you have to wear scuba gear? You look like Darth Vader when you go night-night. So I just looked at her and I made an assumption. I was like, so what weekend do you get to see your kids? She said, I don't. Court ordered. Fucking nailed it. See, I gotta lose some weight. Like, you pick up on some little things. Well, they're bigger things because you're getting fatter. That's why I'm in all black. We're hiding every fold here, baby. Like, I was like at my desk and I was writing, and as I was writing, when I was hunched over, I felt my boob go over my forearm, and then I felt my nipple hit the desk. So ladies, I get your struggle, it's tough. I was at my desk at my day job and I was click-clacking away and my coworker walked by me and she went, you farted. I was like, what? No, I didn't. And how the fuck would you know? She was like, I would know because I know your brand. And then 10 minutes later, we found out a rat died in the pipes. Don't know who to feel worse for in that situation. Me, her, or the dead rat. Gonna go with the dead rat on this one, because it died and then got compared to the smell that comes from the inside of my asshole. The worst part is I work from home, so fuck my wife. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I gotta lose a little bit of weight because it's starting to ruin sex for my wife. Me, great time. Her, worst 3 minutes of her day. There was one night I was on top of her and we were really making sad. I was just really trying. And about halfway through, minute and a half, she went, stop! And so I did. She grabbed my stomach, pulled it up, and went, ah. Sorry, I had to move your flap. My flap? You're describing my man cleavage, my tum-tum, as a flap? Like the thing you see on the back of a semi with like a wild political statement and a Looney Tune? Like you see Yosemite Sam firing his guns like, pew, 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 guns don't kill people, I do. Or Foghorn Leghorn, I stand for the flag and kneel for the cross. Or Porky Pig just like, abortion stops a beating heart. You know, the thing you see on the back of semi-trucks of patriots. I'm Billy DeVore, thank you all so much!
Billy D, Billy DeVore the fourth. Hell yes. All right. Oh my God, it's him. Make some noise. It's Mike Frank.
So I was listening to a history podcast, and the episode was about Hitler, and the historian, famous British historian on this podcast, he said Hitler employed a lot of fuckery, violence, and blackmail. Like, he opened with fuckery. For what Hitler... I was listening on 2 times speed. I was like, there's no way that word was fuckery. I slowed it down to normal speed, listened to it 3 more times. It was fuckery. I slowed it down to half speed. It was fuckery. That's too silly. Hitler didn't pants his friend in front of the class. Well, those Nazis, they really got into some shenanigans. You know?
truly a lot of balderdash, poppycock, and tomfoolery, if you ask me.
It's crazy. Like, Hitler didn't do fuckery. What I'm doing on this is fuckery. You know? You're giving fuckery a bad name. You know? You can josh around, you can horse around. You can't Hitler around. You know?
There's a little bit of Hitlery, you know? Hitlering about as boys do.
It's crazy. I don't know, Hitler was kind of an angry guy, right? He could be a bit peevish, right? I don't know. I think you got to find ways to relax in life, right? Before it gets to that level, you know. Like some people use like meditation, you know. Other people like deep breathing exercises, things like that. Personally, I've always found yelling the F word, like really, really loud, in your car. Right? It's a pretty good way to relax, you know? Like, especially if you just spilled cereal milk all over your pants on your way to work in the morning. Like, right when the milk is settling into a small pool around the rim of your butthole. It's a great time to repeatedly yell the F word. This next yoga movement is called grasping aimlessly in an empty glove compartment for napkins that are not there, whilst your butthole becomes more and more saturated with store brand coconut milk. Namaste. The hidden gem of that joke is technically there's 2 F words, and picturing me yelling one of them on repeat as coconut milk soaks through my pants, objectively funnier. Wrong, but funnier. I don't know if you guys are quite ready for this one, but I bought a sandwich recently. And it was called a banana peanut butter surprise. Only 2 ingredients on that sandwich: bananas and peanut butter. Surprise! There is no surprise. Yeah. If you're expecting a better joke to close out this set, all I can say is I was expecting a better sandwich.
Mike Frank. Hell yes. All right, up next, by way of Brookville, Indiana, make some noise for Justin Bradley.
What up, man? Give yourselves another big hand for hanging in, man, letting us talk to you tonight. We appreciate you guys. Been awesome. It's a rather mediocre hand, but it's fine. We'll take it. I have wrapped myself. Okay, that's just going to be weird. Sorry. You guys having a good summer so far? Yeah? Anybody take any fun trips? Go anywhere? Have vacations? Yeah? All right, man. I had a nice trip. We took the family. This is going to, okay, we're just going to do this here. Sorry. We took the family. What did I do? Okay, there we go. Thank you, Jesus. All right. Took the family down to Florida. 17-hour car ride. My wife and 4 children. Yeah, I don't recommend it, guys. That was we almost didn't all make it back. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Like there was a point I was like, I looked at one of my kids in the rear view. I was like, dude, if you roll your eyes at me one more time, I'm gonna leave you at this Buc-ee's in the middle of Tennessee. I swear to God, man. I do like driving down south though, man. You get into Georgia on I-75, as soon as you cross the border, the billboards really stood out to me because every single one is either Jesus or sex store. I don't know if you ever noticed that before. 8 hours through Georgia, man. Jesus, sex door, the whole way through. My 14-year-old son was like, man, they really love Bibles and dildos down here, huh, Dad? I was like, yes, they do, son. Who knew the Bible belt became a strap-on? When did that happen? I don't know. That's news to me. Kids are fun. Kids are very fun. By fun, I mean very expensive. Kids are very, very expensive, dude. I've got 4 kids. Let me tell you what that's like. 4 kids. Basically, every single week of my life, someone comes to me and says, Dad, I need you to buy me a new phone charger. What do you people do with the phone chargers, man? I've had the same one for 13 years, dude. Like, Apple makes a pretty good product at this point. What is happening with the phone charger? Do you have any idea how much money I've spent on phone chargers, bro? I do. $7,348 on phone chargers. And counting. I called my dad the other day. I was like, Pops, I need to borrow $500. Hit me. Oh, this is actually never going to end. This is just going to happen until the day that I die, right? Like, this is never, ever going to stop, man. Also realized my 14-year-old, we just noticed he's taller than me now. And it's been a bit of a problem in the Bradley house, I'll just tell you that. It's incredibly hard to maintain your authority and also ask your son to reach something on the top shelf of the kitchen at the same time, you know? The other day, I was like, hey, you need to take garbage out, dude. He was like, I'm the tallest man in the house. You take the garbage out. I was like, all right, dude. Bam! Hit him with a stone cold stunner, son, right in the middle of the kitchen. Just dropped him, you know, because got to keep him in check, baby. That's my parenting advice to anybody out there. Keep him in check from day one, you know? We noticed also our 17-year-old recently. We saw her, we caught her sneaking a vape pen into the house. And I didn't know what to do, you know. I was supposed to say something, right? I didn't know. So I just opened my mouth up and I said, hey, look, dude, if you want to smoke, you're going to do it with a cigarette like a real freaking person, okay? You freaking nerd. Like, what's the matter with you, man? She was like, Dad, cigarettes are gross. I'm like, no. You being addicted to nicotine and you've never smoked a cigarette, that's gross, okay? That's what we got going on here, man. I don't even know, like, do I punish her for it? What do I do? Because I got caught with cigarettes when I was a kid. You know, we all probably did. A lot of us did. My parents made me sit down and smoke a whole pack of cigarettes until I got violently ill, hoping I would never smoke cigarettes. This vape pen has like 20,000 hits on one charge, man. You know, like, I don't have that kind of time. I got a job to get to in the morning, you know? So, long story short, I've started vaping recently, actually, and it's all right. They got some cool flavors. I like it. I dig it, man. And I'm like right in the middle too, right? Like I've got kids, but my dad is getting to that age where like I gotta like parent my parents now, you know? Like my father's 73 years old, you know? And he like has just discovered podcasting, like podcasts. He's into the podcast. And he's super into Andrew Tate now. I don't know if you're familiar with Andrew Tate, but that's his favorite one, which is kind of a wild entry into the podcast universe, really, you know? Like, that'd be like me being clean and sober for 40 years, walking out this door and just smoking crack immediately. You know what I mean? Like, that's tough. He's like, we gotta do something about these hoes out here, son. I'm like, these hoes, Dad. You've been married for 37 years and sell insurance, dude. What hoes are you talking about, man? He texted me at 5:30 in the morning the other day. It was like, rise and ground, baby. Let's be alpha. And I was like, Pops! You weren't alpha 30 years ago when your knees worked, man. What are we doing here, dude? So I hit him with a stone cold stunner, baby, and dropped him to let him know where we stood. That's my time, guys. Let's get Lee Kimbrell back up here.
Justin Bradley, baby, Justin Bradley. And coming up next, look who it is. It's Johnny Tremarco. Johnny.
How's everybody doing? Yeah, good. Well, I just got pulled over. Yeah, and right as the cop got to the window, I decided to rip a big old fart. At least he didn't smell the weed. Man, I got nothing really prepared for tonight. I only showed up because my air conditioner's broken. Last guy was talking about vape pens and everything. You know, I smelled the worst vape pen. Most usually smell like strawberries or blueberries. Pretty sure this one was a dingleberry. You know, white guys are only in the NBA because of affirmative action. Let's see if you guys are ready for these then. I recently got revenge on my childhood bullies by putting my parents in a nursing home. Man, one of these days I'm going to design a vibrator. I'm just destined to have a bullet with my name on it. Oh, come on. I thought that would be a little better. At least the ladies laugh at it. Shit. Most women lose their virginity in the cowgirl position. I mean, everybody likes a cherry on top. You guys gotta buckle up. It's gonna get a lot worse. I only got 5 minutes. I should probably talk about my employment history then. So I got fired from the fire department. I showed up every day with a bag of marshmallows. Didn't like that shit. Used to be a janitor. Walked into the women's restroom like twice a day. Just to put the toilet seats up, man. Got exiled from the priesthood, too. Apparently they don't like me taking that holy water and putting it in my water bong. Guys probably thought that was going to be a pedophile joke. Not yet. Used to be a porn star, too. But I refused to shave. And nobody likes to beat around the bush. It was a shame, because that was one job I definitely knew how to work hard. And I also got fired from the suicide prevention hotline. Yeah, apparently they don't like me telling everybody just hang in there. But at least I got to talk to Robin Williams. Come on, guys. He knew the ropes. That's what got me into comedy. I seen there was a job opening. Speaking of which, I seen that Bud Light needs some help writing slogans. So I wrote a couple. Bud Light, the queen of beers. Tops off, bottoms up. We're here, we're queer, Bud Light beer. And one more quick one for you guys, All right, guys, you've been great. I've been absolutely horrible.
Johnny Tremarco! Johnny Tremarco! Couple more left, baby. Make some noise for Jeff Norris!
All right, one more time for Johnny, everybody. Wow. Great to be here. So a little about me. My name is Jeff Norris. I've been in the Air Force for 12 years, which is crazy because I look like I work at Old Navy. But I have. What I found out is, when you tell people that you're in the military, your only response out there is you tell me you know someone else in the military. That's all you do. Like we know each other, you know? Oh, you're in the Air Force. Oh, my cousin was in the Coast Guard. And I just have to be like, cool, what's his name? Maybe I know him. There's only 1.4 million of us. Maybe I know your cousin. But I don't get mad. That's just people trying to make a connection. I do the same thing. I get myself into conversations. I met a guy from Poland. I was like, oh, what part of Poland are you from? And in my head, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm from Warsaw. And I was like, oh. And in my head, I'm like, you don't know where Warsaw is. I'm like, brother, you don't know where Poland is. Why are you, what are you doing right now? The other thing people do is they just assume you're into guns when you're in the military. Every time I got home from work, my neighbor would be like, you guys shoot a lot of guns today? I'm like, at the Air Force Base? I was like, I don't even know where they keep the guns, to be honest. He got mad. He was like, well, what are you going to do if you got to go to war and you got to shoot the enemy? I was like, brother, I'm an officer in the Air Force. If you see me shooting a gun, the war is over. Okay? We've lost. Like, we don't all do all the jobs, you know? They'd be like pulling up to a restaurant and like the valet attendant's there and then he's also cooking the food. Like, no, that's not how it works. I don't know, man. We're not all into guns, okay? Some people are, like there are people in the Air Force who shoot guns. There are people in the Navy who fly planes. There are even Marines who know how to read. Swear to God. Swear to God. It's wild, man. They take care of us, though. I was deployed one time, and they let us have a cookout. At war, it was fun. They're like, here's a box of hamburgers you can grill out. And on the side of the box of frozen hamburgers, it said, for military or prison use only. I'm like, thanks, guys. But then I was like, you know what? I started looking around. We all had matching uniforms, barbed wire fence. I was like, I don't even know which one I'm in anymore at this point. Brings new meanings to the words military grade, you know? Remember, people were like, this knife is military grade. I'm like, well, it's actually prison grade, so. That's why it's made out of a toothbrush there. Yeah, I've been to some dangerous situations, some dangerous places. I've seen Iraq, Afghanistan. I went to a Waffle House one time in Alabama. Which is crazy, because I don't even smoke meth. But I went, okay? And that's the saying down there. That's their slogan, Waffle House. Come for the waffles, stay for the meth. So I go in there, waitress comes over, bigger woman, and that's fine, bless her heart. That's something you say in the South when you hate somebody. Bless her heart disease. She came over, she takes our order, and I ordered biscuits and gravy. And she looks me dead in the eye and she was like, honey, you don't want the gravy. And I think about that all the time. And I don't know what she meant by that. I don't know. But I could tell it was something sexual. Which makes sense, because their new slogan used to be Waffle House, come for the waffles, stay for the meth. You've heard it. But now it's Waffle House, come for the waffles, come in the gravy. All right, thanks, guys. I'm Jeff Norris. Thank you so much. Lee Kimbrough, everybody.
Jeff Norris. Not 100% sure if our next comic is here tonight. Corinne Wu, if you're in the building. All right. Okay, we're moving on. You ready for your last comedian of the night before we do the votes and shit and all that? Okay, you are. Make some noise for Cincy's own Dave Dillinger.
What's up, y'all? Man, look. I just got off work. I was coming to meet y'all. I love y'all, hear me? I spent my birthday here 2 weeks ago. I just had a birthday. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate them 6 fists. I'm happy to be here, and I want to say this. who in the fuck left the cocaine in the White House? I know I'm slurring because I'm high in the motherfucker, hear me? Shit, nigga, police followed me here, you hear me? I was like, I'm famous. So they let me go, but who left the cocaine in the White House? What's his nigga name? Hunter? That's his name. He left that shit in there, man. Just like a black person did. No, we did. We work in the garden. We didn't do that. How's everybody doing? I'm happy than a motherfucker to see y'all tonight. I swear my high coming down, thank you. Because I can't see shit. It still look like police behind me. I just got custody of my son. Salute to the men, the single fathers, you know what I'm talking about? But I will tell you this. I had him for 6 months. Everything going good. We go to Walmart. They get out the car. I park the car because I'm a dude and I don't like to shop with a bitch all the time. I'm chilling in the crib. They go on Walmart and this bitch come out without him. I don't know what kind of weed y'all smoke, but I was pissed. You know what I'm saying? I did a donut in a Cadillac. I'm like, what the fuck? Why my son? You hear me? So I'm going in there, I'm mad as hell. He better security guard looking lost. The security guard see my face and push him to me fast as fuck. Like, I don't like your daddy. Hell nah, your ass in trouble. He got straight A's, but they need a whooping. I believe in whooping. Y'all don't believe in whooping? Y'all ain't never got your ass whooped? No, I'm talking about for real. No, I'm talking about when you get your ass whooped and you look like this. You ain't never got a whooping like that? Shit! I've been on punishment all my life. I was that bad. I missed Christmases and summers and all type of shit. Y'all ever did that? It's a whole lot of white people here, man. They feel like an interview for Denny's or something. Hope I get the job. I just had a birthday. This chick was like, well, what you want for your birthday? I said, head. You can keep your money. Because come on, man, we like fat asses, right? I don't think y'all heard me. Spartans! We like big ass titties, right? Spartans! But we love throats. I love a sexy ass neck and her hair done. Shit! Sign me up tonight! I'm serious. The first time a bitch swallowed on me, man, I cut her grass. But the fucked up part is she live in the projects. What the fuck am I doing? They cut their own grass, right? I'm just saying. Anybody fuck with edibles? Them motherfuckers say you fucked up. Oh my God, I'm about to get the light, but I gotta say this real quick. I ate an edible. 2 of them motherfuckers. And my dude died. Like 17 minutes after that. And I was like, well, when the funeral? He was like, today. I was like, damn, nigga, the nigga just died. So I'm crying like a motherfucker. He give me the coordinates in my GPS. And I'm crying all the way to the funeral and looked in there and I need even the nigga I was supposed to see. Hey, my name Dave Dillinger. I love y'all.
Dave Dillinger, let him hear it, babe. All right. Every comic, if you were on the show tonight, please make your way back up here. Make your way back up here. Can I borrow one of those? Thank you, guys. I'll give it right back to you, I promise. All right. Make some noise for them. Look at them. They're so beautiful and brave. All right. Nice and tight over here. Okay. Comics, y'all know the drill. I say your name, step out to the stage, give a little smile and a wave. You guys get to put a face to a name and cast your ballots. Remember, 3 up top, 2 down low. Nothing different than that. Vote for 3 people up top, 2 down low. And yeah, when you're done with your ballot, please hold them up in the air high. Okay. Show him some love. Make some noise for David Stewart. David Stewart. Amanda Adams, down from Columbus. Amanda Adams. Michael Deskins. Michael Deskins. Jackie Rabe. Jackie Rabe. Stephen Bear. All beans. Cody Ross. Cody Ross. Caleb Nash. There he goes. Caleb Nash. Cece Laird. Cece. Chris Klein. Chris Klein. Cal Jansen. There he goes. All right. Killed it. All right. Alex Leeds. Show some love, Alex Leeds. Billy DeVore, the fourth. Mike Frank. Old Mikey Frank. Justin Bradley. Brookville's pride. Johnny Tremarco. Johnny Tremarco. Jeff Norris. And you just saw him, Davey Dillinger, baby. All right, lights are coming up right now. When you are done, 3 up top, 2 down low. Hold them up in the air, and someone is going to come around with a bucket and take your ballot. Bucket boys, make haste. Oh, shit. Yeah, they get an excuse. Not bad. Sorry. Now this is the fun part of the show. Hey, Gabby. Everyone's completely fucking checked out, done. The lights literally come up and then come back down. It's fucking brutal. Can you bring them all back again? Yeah, there we go. Here we go now. When you're done with your ballot, hold it up in the air. Someone will come by and grab it. All right. How handsome is Pat? Give it up for Pat, our damn server, huh? Like 4 days ago, he had hair down to his shoulders and he cut it, and it's really thrown me off. Could have given it to Lux of Love. Chose not to, so maybe, I don't know.
If you still have a ballot, please hold it in the air.
Ballots, ballots, ballots. All right. And the lights are back down, and I heard an audible groan from somebody, and we're doing stand-up comedy again, baby. Fuck yeah. All right, so, okay, here we go. 2 up front, right here. Bucket boys, 2 up front. Someone come and grab them immediately. Thank you, Jake. Good deal. All right. So, we've got 4 stand-up comedians back there counting, so it's going to take 45 minutes. So, settle back in. No, they'll make quick. It's not going to take 45 minutes. Don't worry. Well, now that I said that, I see that you two fully fucking hated that. If you had to stay another 45 minutes, I don't know if you'd have it in you. Yeah. I'm up here for an hour. Let's roll, baby. How we doing? All right, cool. You guys have been a good crowd, huh? Very memorable moments throughout. It's fun. Probably the hardest I laughed was when Chris Klein walked up here in a Remember 9/11 t-shirt. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that really got me. That was fucking awesome. Up here telling jokes the whole time being like, yes, it is funny, but remember 9/11. That rocks. All right, 9/11 news story. Here's another one, another old news story. Do you guys remember the Tom Brenneman scandal? All right, a weird response for that, but you know, he does remember it. Tom Brenneman, broadcaster for the Reds, got in a lot of trouble. Said him a little slur on a hot mic. Had him a little gaffe. Tom Brennan had him a little gaffe. I think it's funny to call it a gaffe because that's the word he got in trouble for saying, spelled backwards. It's a classic gaffe. He's probably, secretly Yag. Am I right? That shit, it was harsh or whatever, but also, I couldn't help but find the humor in it, because he did that 8 seconds before he knew he was about to be on nationally broadcast TV. he's done that before. Like that's a kink for that guy. That guy likes getting away with it, you know? Like if his wife calls him and is like, hey honey, I'm gonna be home at 5 o'clock. That guy starts jacking off in the kitchen at like 4:58. You know? He's like, I love the rush. Where's my belt? I gotta do my special time. He called it the gaff capital of the world. That's what he said. Here's another funny thing about that situation is everybody in the country heard him say, gaff capital of the world. And then collectively, the entire population was like, I can't believe he said that about San Francisco. But he was talking about Kansas City. So we all just kind of agree that San Francisco is the gaff capital of the world. Yeah. It's funny. There used to be a show here in Cincinnati called Stand Up and Drag. It's a great show. It's exactly what it sounds like. It was a drag show meets stand-up comedy show. It was fun as shit. Lineup was like stand-up comedian, drag queen, stand-up comedian, drag queen, stand-up comedian, drag queen. Just a parade of the most fucked up egomaniacs you've ever met in your entire life. Just like, I'm special and deserve to be heard. And then there's also the drag queens, you know? So it's crazy. It's so nuts. It was a very fun show. It was very, like, it was great, man. It was awesome. So I got booked for it a couple months ago, and I went to the stand-up and drag show, and I got there, and I was like, fuck it, I'll do stand-up this time, you know? So I get there, and I'm doing my set list and stuff. And it was a fun show, and there was going to be a lot of people there, so I was excited about it. I went out and bought some show pants, you know. We'll do that sometimes, buy a little outfit. And I went with skinny jeans because I figured I might as well be a little gay for this, you know. So I went to TJ Maxx, found me the skinniest skinny jeans they had, and I put them on, and I was breaking them in, and I was walking around all day, and I was complaining in my dumb little coddled brain. I was like, these are uncomfortable. I don't like how these feel. This kind of hurts. I have no range of motion, you know? And then I got to the green room at the stand-up comedy and drag show and saw the girls getting ready. And I was like, nah, these breathe. These are good. This is fine. No duct tape involved in me putting my pants on, you know? I really don't have anything to complain about. Drag queens are like masters of makeup. It's crazy. Really good at it. Makeup is an interesting topic for me, you know? My mom loved makeup. You know they do makeup on animal testing? Like, it's too dangerous to just start off with humans. Animal testing makeup, that always kind of geeked me out, you know? Because they test everything, like, super hard. The FDA, super hard. Everything but the COVID-19 vaccine. They were just like, everything, no. Then they were just like, me want $50 billion. But, you know, everything else tests really hard, including, I guess, mascara. Like, someone's job out there is putting makeup on a monkey. Someone who, like, failed out of cosmetology school. They're like, listen, I love the game, but they're not letting me fuck up human faces, you know? But how dangerous can it be? For real, dude. You got like a chimpanzee sitting there strapped to a chair. You're giving it a nice smoky eye. A tasteful smoky eye. And you're like, oh, well, its eyes caught on fire and it's dead. Moving on. Next one. Putting lipstick on an orangutan. Just like, oh yeah, you look so pretty. Oh, heart attack, it's dead, fuck. You know. And then these like big giant corporations who, you know, are making the makeup and having it get tested by the FDA and shit, they'll come out and cover their ass or try to cover their ass by saying like, oh, those monkeys didn't die from the makeup testing, okay? They had pre-existing conditions. It's like, all right, maybe you got some sick monkeys. Maybe it's Maybelline. Hell yeah, dude. I was down in Memphis recently. Memphis, very cool town. Hottest place I've ever fucking been in my entire life. So hot. I was walking around Graceland. I was like, shit, I feel like Elvis on the toilet right now. This is rough. I'm about to fall. Elvis fan, the king. Poor Elvis, yeah. You know he was 43? What a tragedy. It is. Elvis was the man. But Memphis was crazy. It was so hot. Like, everyone looked so disheveled. It was just like the fucking Walking Dead. Everybody was walking around sweating through their clothes and shit. It was so hot that I started playing a game. I would see people coming towards me and I would play a game called Very, Very Sweaty or Homeless. And it was fun. It kept things interesting because people were right on the brink, dude. You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell. It's like, you see like a fringe homeless person, and you can't. You're like, I can't tell. Let me smell your breath, You know when somebody accidentally brings a coyote to a dog pound? You're like, I see where you made the mistake, but that thing wants to fucking kill you, dude. No one likes the homeless joke, but also no one in this room makes eye contact with homeless people, so fuck off. I know like 12 of them, so. I love walking around downtown, getting to meet everybody. It's fun. I was walking through Washington Park just a couple days ago. Beautiful day. It was hot, but we were making the most of it. And then you see those those fountains down in Washington Park? They like shoot up in the air and stuff. I saw these kids playing, and they had like tied capes around their necks and shit, and they were like fighting invisible bad guys and stuff, really having a good time. And I was like, this is beautiful, It really awoke into my inner child. And then I kept walking towards them, and I was like, nope, those are homeless people, fuck. That's a 50-year-old man with no eyebrows, holy shit. Why is he wearing a cape? I should go to the dentist. Got a new girlfriend right now, that's exciting, huh? Thank you. She's very cool. It's great. I went through a breakup not too terribly long ago, and it was very hard. Breakups suck, Everyone's been through one. My ex-girlfriend, we lived with each other for a couple years. That makes it like way harder, And then I moved all of my shit out of our old apartment, and it didn't look any different than it did before. And so far, that was probably the hardest part. It looked like a fucking cat moved out of our apartment. Just smelled vaguely better, no pee on the couch. It was an accident. I brought nothing, dude. I left the apartment. It was amicable. We were like hugging and crying and shit. And I was like, all right, babe, well, good luck with these 3 less cups. Bye. Guess you don't have as many sick posters anymore, but I think you'll do okay. You paid most of the rent anyway. But my new girl, she's dope, dude. She's very cool. She tries the dirty talk. She keeps the dirty talk like fun and light, because that's the whole point of it. Like, dirty talk has always sketched me out. Sex is already so vulnerable and scary for both parties involved. And if you can be like cool and suave during that, you're either a rapist or a vampire. Like, which one? Are you a sexual criminal? Or have you been alive for 150 years and are no longer scared of having sex? Dirty talk. Being good at dirty talk is not cool. It's a red flag. I asked my buddy how, he's good at dirty talk. He's a vampire, all right? Don't get any ideas. And he goes, just like be yourself in the moment. Say what you're feeling. Say what you're thinking. And I was like, all right, I can do that. I'm a comedian. I can think on my feet. So I'm like, I get in there and I try to lay it on her a little bit, and we're going. I'm thinking, oh, babe, I'm trying so hard not to come fast. Oh, you're trying so hard to come, right? Oh, yeah, you are. That's what's happening right now. But she's fun. She keeps it loose, dude. She's funny with it. She's from the west side of Cincinnati. We walked into her bedroom the other day. She slammed the door behind her, threw on a crazy, thick southern accent. Slams the door and just hits me with, "Okay, Foreman. It's time to lay some concrete. And I'm concrete." I was like, "You're concrete? All right, think, Lee, think. You're concrete. You want me to write my name in your back while you're still wet? Okay, we can try that. Want me to jackhammer you into dust? What do you want from me?" "Oh, yeah, baby, you're concrete. You would normally get all mixed up by a crew of Mexicans. All right, that's fine. I don't know why that's supposed to make me horny, but it's working. Aye. She farted in front of me recently. Got that milestone down. Do you fart in front of him? Hell no. All right. Good. You know, I don't care if girls do. I used to think that. I used to be like, don't fucking fart or poop if I'm in the house. That used to be my viewpoint when I was a younger man, you know? And I know that that's like numbskull. That's some bonehead shit. Girls have mouths, stomachs, and assholes. They're gonna fart, you know? I get the logic behind it. It was on some real Barbie movie shit. Like, I saw the light, and I was like, yes, fart, queen, you know? But it's still a weird thing if a girl just walks up to you and it's like, "Hey, babe." It's like, what? Shut up. You want me to fuck you now? You have boobs. But she's farted. And we're comfortable enough to do that in front of each other, but it was the first time that she had ever done it, so she was embarrassed. And I could tell she was embarrassed because her super cute little cheeks got really rosy. She started blushing. And we were sitting next to each other on the couch, and without saying anything, she farts. The room falls completely silent for about a second and a half. And then she slowly turned her head at me like she was the fucking Terminator robot. And just hit me with this. She was like, "Burr." That was you. I was like, "Whoa. Oh shit, I'm farting out of your asshole? We are compatible, sister. Give me a kiss, you know? This is good." Mad at me for farting in front of me. That was very fun. All right. Would you say most of this crowd is from Cincinnati? Hell yeah, I like that. We fuck with Jungle Gyms? Everyone fucks with Jungle Gyms. I first moved up here like 9 years ago, and like every new person I met would take me to Jungle Gyms and like act like they built it. I do it now too. I'm a Cincinnatian now, but it's so funny when somebody from Cincinnati has somebody come in to visit them from out of town, and they walk into Jungle Gyms, and you walk into the front door, and you're just like, I mean, where else are you gonna get this, motherfucker? 50,000 square feet or whatever the fuck you want. There's an aquarium in the back. They got an aquarium where you can pick which fish you want to kill and eat it. Chinese candy. Food from anywhere. It's fucking cool. My boy, thank you, Philip. Give it up for Phil back there running the light. Here, no one needs to hear the line of this joke, but I'm just gonna say it and then we'll end this shit. If Jungle Gyms was really an international food market, wouldn't most of the aisles not have any food in them? Yes. You're just walking around, you're just like, ooh, all this different World Fair. And then you come around aisle 38 and it's just a kid with an AK-47. Just like, get away from me! All right, guys, let's conclude this shit. Let's see who's moving on. All right, in no particular order, if I say your name, comics, please come up here and get a little bit of love. Moving on from the first bracket, we've got Stephen Bear. Oh, never I'm kidding. Stephen Bear. Oh my God. What a fucking idiot. All right. All right. Also moving on. Walk up here. Caleb Nash. Yeah. Cable. There he goes. Caleb. And your final comedian from the first bracket moving on. Make some noise for Chris Klein. Chris Klein by the door. He did it. Good shit. And there you go, Gingerfoot. Okay, moving on into the semi-pro bracket. Alex Leeds. Making his way up to the stage. Old shitbag. And your final comedian moving on to the semifinals here at Go Bananas. Jeff Norris, Soldier Boy. Jeff Norris. We did it. Guys, these competitions are fucking brutal, so make a lot of noise for everybody that went up tonight. Everybody. It was a great show. You guys are a great audience. Yeah, come back and Go Bananas. Tell your friends. We love you. Get home safe. I've been Lee Kimbrell. Good night.